Now we're going to start working on the gusset increase for our sock. So with that, the top of the sock is going to stay in whatever pattern you've decided for it. In our case, I think we're just doing just a plain knit stitch. We're going to knit needle 1, and all our increases are going to be on needle 2, so on the heel side. So needle 1's the top of your foot. I'm just going to knit across all of those stitches on the loop. Okay, so now I've made it through all 28 stitches from needle 1. I'm going to turn my work. All the increases are done on this heel side of the work. They're always done 1 stitch in from the edge from either end. So we're going to increase a right lifted increase on this side and a left leaning lifted increase on the left side. So we will knit the first stitch to get ready. And then to do the lifted increase, what I do is with my right needle, I look at the stitch I just did, I look at the stitch directly below it, I pick that right leg up from the back, I'm trying to do that without splitting my yarn here. So here it is, it's this stitch right here. Oops. So this stitch right here, so 1 down from the one on my needle, I'm going to pick up that right leg and stretch it onto my needle. Now that stitch, I'm just going to knit through the back of that loop in order to tighten it up a little bit. It's sitting right on top of my other stitch right now, so it's being a little bit difficult. So I'll just spread it apart with my fingernails, and I'm going to knit through the back of that loop. I knit the next stitch as normal, and I'm going to continue on to the other side of the needle until I'm 1 away from the end. Okay, now I have 1 stitch left on the needle. Now I need to do a left lifted increase. So instead of picking up this stitch right below, I want to go 1 further down. So I'm going to grab this stitch from the back, put it on my needle. I can knit it just through the front on this side and knit the last stitch. Those are the increases. I turn my work, and then now I'm just going to knit around just plain. So needle 1, top of the sock, we always just knit plain. Okay, now I'm going to turn my work, needle 2. I just did increases last round, so this round I'm going to knit them just plain. We're going to keep doing these increases until we get 56 stitches. We double the number of stitches on the gusset side, and then we will be ready for the heel turn. Okay, I've completed a few rounds. And you can see on the heel side, I've got increases on the right and increases coming out on the left. And these bits are going to be the gusset, that little triangle that's forming on the side of your heel. So eventually we'll have 56 stitches on here on this side of the needle and 28 stitches on the other side. And then we will be able to do the heel turn. I like to work these rounds as pairs, so I always finish with just a plain knit round. So I know when I pick my work back up, I should be back onto an increase round the next time around. You can see it a little bit. I'll see if I can zoom in here. Here's an increase right here, leaning one to the right. Here's another one, oops, leaning to the right. I think our resolution's not great, but I can see my right leaning increase is kind of marching along. I can see this gray stitch is leaning to the right, dark gray, but the light one is not. So I would know that my next increase round will be, or next round would be an increase round because of that, because the dark gray, which is not the one on the needle, is the one that is leaning. The light gray is just straight up and down.